Hello everyone and welcome back to another Movie Nights movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Night Swim. This film is directed by Bryce McGuire and it is written by Bryce McGuire and Rod Blackhurst. The film stars Wyatt Russell and Kerry Condon. It is about an evil pool that's kind of tormenting this family of a haunted pool. And before I really get into this review, I just want to say this is produced by Blumhouse and Atomic Monster. They've recently actually merged into their own company now. And this is based on a short film from the same filmmakers. And I think it is awesome that James Wan and Atomic Monster and Jason Blum and Blumhouse have found someone who made a short film and gave them the money to make a feature film. I hope the film is a success. With that being said, I did not enjoy this film at all, unfortunately. And I was really intrigued by the concept of it. I saw the trailer, and of course, it looks silly, but, you know, I love horror films that have, like, a silly premise, but it's executed well. Unfortunately, this movie is not executed well. And that's not to say that there's nothing interesting in the movie. I think the opening sequence was interesting. I think the family dynamic that they set up with the Wyatt Russell, Kerry Condon family and their children, you kind of feel their story a little bit. The problem is, it was very surface level, it was very on the nose, and the movie didn't do a great job of making you care about these characters. And while, not for lack of trying, I mean, they spend an awful lot of time, you know, setting up the family dynamic, setting up the fact that the father of this family was a former MLB star, and he kind of wishes he was back in that life, but he has a disease that is preventing him from doing so. And on paper, and the idea, it works, but seeing it, how it's played out in the movie, you just don't care when you watch it. And some of you might be thinking, well, okay, if it didn't work on a character level, didn't really work on a story level, is it at least scary? Like, can I at least go and, like, have a nice time on my weekend? And I'm sorry to say, I didn't find the film very scary either. I thought some of the creature designs were really poor. There are a couple creature designs that I thought looked really nice, but for the most part, that fell flat as well. And I think where this movie is either going to be hit or miss for people is when you find out what is going on with the pool. I'm not going to spoil it here, but when you find out what's going on with the pool and the backstory of everything and the explanation, I'm just sorry, I thought it was really dumb. It didn't really work for me. I tried to kind of go along with it and see where it was going to go, but just the suspension of disbelief just did not hold at all. And this was just one of those films where the longer it went, the more it felt like it was falling apart, which is unfortunate. And look, I've never seen anything made by Bryce McGuire. I hope in the future he gets to make more films and gets to make better films and, you know, uses this as a learning experience. But unfortunately for me, this film just did not work. Even on the performances level, like Wyatt Russell and Kerry Condon are amazing actors, and only Kerry Condon really gives a believable performance in the film. Even Wyatt Russell kind of fell off a bit. I am curious as to what the reaction to the film is going to be, because unfortunately I didn't like it very much, but I can see some people digging the movie. You know, the audience I saw it with was half critics, half people who got an early, like, screening invite, and they seemed to enjoy the film. It was just one of those experiences where I wish I liked it more. I was really rooting for it, and, you know, it just happens. That's the subjectivity of film. The good news is it's Blumhouse, so I know the movie couldn't have been made for a lot of money, so I hope that it can have a great opening weekend and make its money back and more. But yeah, it fell flat for me, and the explanation of everything going on with the pool could have saved it, and it just made it infinitely worse for me. It also didn't help that the film was riddled with cliches. And look, I don't mind cliches in a horror movie, but they have to be done well and they have to be earned, and they were not done well or earned in this movie. So that will do it for the review of Night Swim. I know I'm repetitive at this point, but unfortunately, I can't recommend this movie. But if you saw it, I would love to know what you think about it. Please let me know in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next review.